to the third best online
podcast.
You know what it is. We back again. It's been a very long session. Offline
session. We've had a very long offline session.
Yeah.
And we're back.
We back. As we promised. We said we always gonna be back. But first of all, we just want to apologize, obviously, for not being consistent to our promise. We said we were gonna, continue doing it. But as life has been doing its things.
Yeah.
So many factors that we can include, a lot to blame,
even including ourselves,
yes. And also circumstances in our life. We really wanted to be consistent. I even had people asking me, when are we gonna get the episode 3? I was like, nah, it's coming. And we'll be like, no, we're working on it, right? And next thing you're like, next thing you know, weeks became months. And here we are.
But we're back.
The good thing is we are live, we're
back.
Nothing is wrong to us. As you can see, we're all fresh, we're all blessed. We ain't in anything, we are. we got a lot to talk about, to catch up with, obviously, on our today's podcast. We always like to talk about what's really going on and
what's
stuff
buzzing,
like that. What's popping,
what's new,
what's fresh,
what's hot.
So what we're going to talk about first is we're going to talk about something a music genre that's been popping very much. Well, there's been one song that's been buzzing. I won't say which one. We were playing it just before we got in, and we were discussing, how this genre has moved boundaries. Even in the secular world, it has moved boundaries, the genre of Afro-pop. So in the Afro-pop, we have also Afro-Gospel,
yes,
as we much have hip-hop and Christian hip-hop. So Afro-Gospel has been moving boundaries, as also as Afro-pop has been moving boundaries itself. And we're going to be talking about the rising of Afro-Gospel. Upon where it's coming from.
How it started.
I don't know about outside because I didn't really get. I don't know about the origins. All I know is
but it's really buzzing and it's really out there.
Yeah.
For those Afrobeat lovers, we also have Afro-Gospel, which is very exciting and incredible. Sometimes you be jamming and people are like, are you sure that's gospel? And you be like, yeah,
it is.
So we definitely have something that caters for us, and we also do have a few artists that have been pushing this
for a very long time.
Yes.
Sorry, Afro-Gospel artists. It's just that it's a vibe that we are also catching upon. Though I have been listening it from afar, not really deep dive. But it's now that I'm really getting my hands wet into the whole
Afro-Gospel
thingy. But I've been, sensing the vibe from afar, with a lot of cats doing it, especially from the African continent.
Yeah.
And those that are also out of the African continent.
Adapting from it.
Yeah. So, to mention a few well-known artists that have been pushing the boundaries of the Afro-Gospel scene is people like Cold Out Music. Is it Limpo Blaze or Limo Blaze?
Limo.
I always get that Limbo or Limo. So it's Limo. So it's Limo Blaze.
Limo Blaze.
Oh, see. Apologies, Limo Blaze.
No, it is Limo Blaze. Limo Blaze.
He's from Nigeria. Awesome dude. Called out dude. Also, I think he's from Nigeria, but he's based in UK.
The UK, yes.
Yeah. And you have people like Maruzi, dope artists. And you have upcoming young ladies like Anatori, based in the UK, but she's also from Zim. Pushing the Afro-Gospel scene. I think in the UK for the first time, they had an Afro-Gospel festival, and you had all those artists that we mentioned came together, and the list runs out of our minds right now because there's so many of them that are actually pushing the genre further. And you see artists, even Christian hip-hop artists fusing the genre.
It's the new mix.
Yeah, you gotta adapt. You gotta adapt. People like Lecre have worked with Limo Blaze on countless tracks. and he's been on this on a lot of tracks with Rich Records. At even one point when they were doing, I think it's a Summer's playlist. If I'm not sure, I'm not reckon. But do you know even Tenny worked with Rich Records on one of the songs? I think Limo Blaze was also featuring on that song, to show you how the genre is really spicing up and fusing in with Christian hip hop to do amazing stuff. And with the latest track from Limo Blaze, the gyre is just popping, taking a worship song that has been vibing throughout like the past 1-2 years
and mixing it up with that Afro touch, Afro taste.
And then you have Cray also coming on the record. They're pushing the boundaries. Afro-Gospel is like here to stay, and the future, I think, is really bright.
It's really bright. So Afro-Gospel is out there. Do take a chance to listen to it. I know some of our parents will be like, what are you listening to? But it's really a nice genre that I'd recommend for everyone to listen to. It's good. It's buzzing. It amplifies. It's amazing.
And the message is always very like straight to the point and very dope. And these artists that are actually doing Afro-Gospel, I like how their message is just so straight to the point, but also very artistic in a nature. Like there's one song from Limo Blaze that's called God's Favorite Baby, and I'm like, God's favorite baby. But then when you listen to the song, it's like, okay, you realize that it makes you see yourself special unto God.
Yes,
you see?
Yes. So how do I put this? They clear. And sweet at the same time.
And very creative.
Very creative. I mean, like it's Afrobeat, right?
I think even Governor B was messing around with a little bit of Afro-Gospel in some of his past recent tracks. So the genre is very bright. What I'm happy about is that the African artists are pushing it. They are on the forefront.
Yes, they're the ones in front and pushing it. Pushing it. So the future is bright. I would also like the whole continent to actually join in from Nigeria, from South, from Zambia, Zim, Congo. Let's hear different touches, different flavors, from different parts of the continent. It will just be amazing to hear all that. So Afrofusion is here to stay and well popping. So we'll be looking at those artists doing their thing, and we'll keep pushing and we'll keep in touch. We'll hook you guys up. We are the platform with all the info, so definitely we'll keep you up on any type of new music coming out in the Afrobeat section. It is growing, and you do not want to be left behind.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean, like, I don't know if you don't, because if you don't know, you're probably not on planet Earth. Like, you are on Mars, Jupiter, or some type of ish like that.
Like that. But you need to know.
I mean, like, everybody knows the fuel prices in America. They call it gas. I don't know why they call it gas. They call it gas.
Our own is petrol.
Diesel.
Yeah, diesel, petrol.
I'm a Peturu. Yes. Yeah, however you call it, that thing has been expensive. And when that thing goes up, everything goes up, like the cost of living, because everything is we transport, so it makes sense. Everything goes up, from transport to food to every single thing. So apparently the economists of the world are claiming that we are some are saying we are in recession, or we're about to enter recession, or it's coming. But what we know, there's a recession involved in the whole mix.
It's coming in the whole mix.
And when you know a recession is just basically when the economy, the markets are crashing and cost of living goes high, people don't want to spend because things are just up, and and all of that stuff. Inflation is just countries are losing, the markets are crashing. Like Bitcoin, like literally Bitcoin used to be like
number one.
It was almost 800,000 rands, almost going to 900 to 1 million for one Bitcoin. But now, you know how much that mark costs? That mark costs like 300,000. Like, that's like a 60 to 70%
True.
in worth, in value. That's the recession. And look at the fuel prices. Look at the fuel causing all these things.
What are you going for with fuel?
I mean,
Look
like,
at oil. Oil was the first sign. Oil was the first sign.
It is what it is. But anyway, with that happening, you know, I think I told you behind the scenes before we started. I mean, like, to be honest with you, there's nothing worse than the pandemic. After what we went through the past 2 years, I think a recession is like...
So Jaren basically thinks that we can survive the recession since we survived the pandemic.
I mean, like, what's a pandemic to a recession?
We've lost jobs. We had to stay inside for quite a long time. We couldn't travel.
Dude, the only thing we were doing...
Literally anything.
The thing that was happening in the pandemic, we were just trying to stay alive.
We're trying to survive.
We just want to stay alive just to see another day. Come and go. Just say, thank God.
Thank God for another day. Come and go.
And then another comes. Because you didn't know. Next thing, they said lockdown. Next thing, everything shut down. People are losing jobs. Wear masks. Get vaccinated. Do this.
Do that.
All of that shenanigans was just too much. And it just took too much from us. And we saw hell on its own. And I feel like a recession I feel like we've been made for this. But with that also, that means you have to be very wise with your economics as a person.
And how you spend as a person. Because we don't know where we're going, and if are things going to get worse, so that's the question that is buzzing.
Yeah.
Just not only for us here in South Africa, but just globally with everything. It's a global thing. So these are just the results of the pandemic, of the wars that we've been hearing about, and everything that is going on around
because
the world.
Also the war that's happening that side is one of the things that's causing the recession again. So I think people need to learn how to handle their money right, because usually they say a recession always lasts up to like how long? More than 10 months sometimes in the economic, I don't know, time frame. So that means for the next
10 months?
10 to 12 months, you just gotta strap up and learn to save, learn to spend wisely, and learn extra things to make more money. I think during the pandemic, we learned how to hustle.
How to hustle.
So you gotta hustle more now.
Hustle more and harder.
Just focus on your money wise. Just be money wise. Understand financial literacy.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we survived the pandemic, we can survive this as well.
So if you understand the economics, if you have the money, this is probably the best time to invest. Because things are low. So, because when things go down, it's cheaper to buy. When it ends, things will resurface again to the level. So if you, like now, like we were saying, Bitcoin is super low. If it's gonna resurge up again after the recession, this will be the best time to buy it because it's kind of low.
True.
So those that understand financial literacy, if you have cash, if you have money, this is the best time to invest because you will benefit later on. It might be painful, but it'll pay the price.
No pain pays the price.
It's high time, people of God and kingdom of people of God understand how to work economics. Simple and straightforward. So I hope you're investing or...
I keep my money under my mattress. Don't blame me.
Keep your money under... By the way, we do not give any financial advice. So...
No, we're not a financial consulting company or whatsoever. My own works for me.
So even though we're not financial advisors, I can't advise this guy.
No,
there's
guys,
what we call inflation mother.
I know. Relax. No, guys, I don't keep my money under the mattress.
You look like you do so.
Stop.
Okay. Confessions.
No. I don't keep my money under the mattress.
Do you have sisters though, right?
Yes, I love.
Yeah, guys, check under the mattress. Yeah. I'm joking.
Okay, guys. But all we're saying is it's coming. It's probably happening. We're already probably in it. So let's find wiser ways to use money and circulate money around. If you are afraid of investing or doing something with the money just for it to grow, or I don't know, starting something, that could be a sign that you should actually do it.
Yeah, because if you don't, it's for your own benefit.
It's for your own benefit. So examine and research ways on how we can survive in this economic crisis that we're going through. Yeah. And believe you.
Anyway, plus we have Jehovah Jah, he's my provider, he's my provider. Yeah, that song has been ringing ever since I heard it. So even though
that's Afro-Gospel, you see.
So God also is a provider, and we know that he's going to sustain us. You know, in the Bible we see where Joseph 7 years there was literally a drought, but God managed and sustained them. So he
God
will.
is number one, guys.
Yeah. So make sure that God is your sustainer before you put all your strength and might and trust in money, because money will fail you. Though it answers a lot of things, but
God comes
first, because you know what it is. Money can fail you at times. So yeah.
Moving on.
A couple of weeks ago, we had Kendrick Lamar. He was in London at this festival, and then apparently on his last song, he was saying, I'm not sure if he was saying God speaks women's rights or God speaks for women's rights, along those lines. And it was about the time when they had pushing to pass the bill to make illegal to have abortion. So we're going to be speaking about pro-life, because you cannot alter the plan of God once it has been established. Once life begins in the womb, you know, that's how we see it. So with that, so we don't know which side Kendrick Lamar was really on. We can't speak for that.
Can't speak for that.
We don't know if he was saying it's good, it should not. No, you know, it is what it is. But it sounded I don't know. Let me not put my 2 cents in it. Excuse me. But you know, the bill was like, you know, it's gonna be illegal to abort, and then other ladies and other sides of the argument was saying no, people should be given the choice to decide what they want to do.
Like it's always been.
But then we were talking, you know, before I recorded that. Yeah, and I gave you an example. Like, what would you do if there was someone that you know maybe they were sexually abused and they got pregnant in the process? They'll say, no, I want to check out this baby because it's not probably not in my plan, or it's literally out of your plan.
Or I can't take care of the baby, or I wasn't ready for it.
So what would you advise them to keep it or not? Because now the bill says it's illegal to abort. You'd be like, but hey, I got abused. I didn't ask for this. You know, that's the other part.
It's a very tricky bill. Like if we put it in that point or in that way, we can never. How can I say? If I'm not ready, right? I'm not saying I'll do this or I'll never do this. But if I'm not ready, I'm looking at the side of other women out there. If they're not ready for it, like what other option can you offer them? Do they keep it until they give birth and then give it away? Or, because now, falling pregnant, or even if you're sexually abused and then you get pregnant, automatically that cuts your plans. You might have plans, you might wanted to do this,
but then again, if you're saying that we should be, because when you say you're pro-black, you're saying you are in support of keeping the baby regardless.
In a way, I feel like they could keep the baby and then after that give it.
So you're saying in any circumstances it should be pro-life one way, whether you abuse or not, or you just decide.
But I don't want to say anything and then okay. But I would say they should. But at the same time, you try to suck it out of me, I can see.
I'm just...
As I was saying, am I in support of pro-life? Yes, I believe that whether you are abused or anything, God is the author of our lives. He's the one that writes down every plan. So we might have our plan. Even the Bible says that we may plan our ways, but God is the one to do what? To direct, right? So with that being said, for me, if I was a person or a victim of sexual abuse and I had to fall pregnant, even if I did not want that baby, God forbid, even if I did not want that baby or it was not in my plan, I could think of the fact that, hey, maybe this baby has a future. Why not give it a chance? I'll probably keep it and then give it away because I'm not ready. Maybe I might not be financially strong to look up. You know, babies are expensive, man.
Them pampers
pampers don't play.
Them pampers be pamping, you know.
The milk don't play. So
the milk in your pocket, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I get your plan. I think is to create solutions like you're saying would help. I'm just thinking of
but you think that, but also thinking that some other women won't take that certain solution. For them, the only option is to abort.
Yeah, but I think like you do not understand the circumstances that are high on, like the ripple effect of an abortion. From what I have, why I stand on pro-black. No, I'm not pro-black.
Pro-life.
Pro-black.
He's back, guys.
No, I'm just saying. Why I stand on pro-life? Because what I've been taught and what I've analyzed, there, for example, you have what's this guy? This gospel artist, Israel Houghton. His story is like almost that his mom almost aborted him. Now look at what he became. There are so many stories of great people that they were, you know, almost aborted. Even Kanye West was saying when he was crying and stuff like that, at one point when his mom was pregnant with him, there was that kind of like a discussion. Imagine a whole Kanye would never experience.
Would never have Kanye.
So now imagine when you take out that baby's life without giving them, he or she, an opportunity to see the sunlight, what God has put in that person. It could be the next president, the next biggest artist, the next scientist, the next big something. It could be someone with the solution the world needs, and God has planned all that in that seed. And then you decide, yeah, well, because let's take it out.
Yeah, and just looking, you know, some people would do that because they don't want to be pointed. They don't want to be pointed as a you or you. Because, you know, in the society we live, we are too judgmental.
I understand that part.
So it takes a very brave person.
But I guess, like you were saying, that if they're going to pass such a bill, it's a strong bill.
It's a strong one.
I think they should also give solution to say, okay, you can.
If this happens like this.
If it happens like this, it should be like this, like this. Or if you don't really want the baby, please there should be an organization that take care of such babies. Because they don't, she or both of them, they don't want the baby, then okay, give it away. Then let someone else take care of them.
Someone that really wants to.
Yeah, let God take care of that situation out of your hands than taking the life. So it also goes to your decision making before the baby even comes in the situation. I think it's all about.
Some people just make these babies a mistake.
So yeah, that's why we say, you make your decisions wise before you indulge in this thing.
Be wise.
Because if you know the circumstances, are you ready if something like that happens? You know.
Yeah. So that is pro-life, guys. Do hit us up on the comment section.
Yeah, let us
know what you think about the whole topic. What do you think? What's your opinion? What do you support it? Are you against it? What do you think of the bill that was passed in America? Do you feel like it's a good one? Do you feel like it should be passed on in the whole world? Let's hear
why also the world is an outrage and uproar about it, because everyone was talking about it, but this is happening in America because America is a very influential country. What they do,
the whole world will probably do next. We'll probably follow.
So that's why it's always like, okay. So with that, let's talk about new music.
We got new music.
So far, I've been bumping to the new Rich Records playlist, Summer's Plumbers playlist. Is it 21? Yeah, 21. 21. 21. I don't mean that 21, but I'm just saying. Yeah, I've been checking it out. It's dope. I think there's my favorite song is the last song. I think I'm gonna do a review on that, so be on the lookout on our music review. But just to mention that track, there's a lady, I think it's called Chastity, and there's a song called Ultra Light. Woo, I like that song. Who else has been dropping stuff?
We have Lima Blaze with Lecrae.
Oh yeah, that
they
gyro
did a remix for the
track.
gyro track. It's an Afrobeat type of vibe. It's very buzzing out there.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's everywhere. I think they've performed together.
Yeah,
I forgot
and
the
I
country and the
think
place.
who's this? Yeah, Cody, your boy.
Also.
He dropped something, and finally, your boy dropped something after being told he can't drop anything. They will put it like, when are you gonna drop? Or like,
Oh, God, yes.
And I just,
Charem also dropped something.
What do you mean I dropped? Yeah, I dropped something.
Don't play like that. Charem also dropped something. After we've pushed him, guys, congratulations, we did it.
Yeah, so I think we dropped together the same day Yakodi dropped with this song. It skips my mind. Yakodi, forgive me, bro. But do check it out on Spotify or in other digital platforms. Oh, new music is coming. Artists are now pumping and working. So
I like how we do it. I remember the first show we asked the question, what's happening to our local CHH artists, and we're happy to say that they're improving themselves and they're coming back.
And there's actually a big concert called Pray for Your Hood. We're gonna be covering that as time goes on. It's gonna happen in October, and I think MD is one of the people behind it. And there's gonna be like the whole SACHH is gonna be there. I mean, literally everyone. So you don't want to miss it. We'll keep you on the lock down on that. But I think we gotta go.
Come to the end. We don't like this, but we gotta do this.
We gotta go.
We gotta bounce.
We're gonna see you next time. So what do they gotta do before we go?
Before we go, do not forget to like, subscribe, comment, and follow us on our YouTube channel. And obviously share, guys. Let's keep this buzzing, keep it flowing.
I mean, just subscribe. That like helps algorithm so that they can push us more, guys.
Exactly. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell their friend to tell a friend. The Third Base Online Podcast is back, and we are here to stay.
Give us your shout out, your comments, and what should we do to improve the show, and so that we can become better. Because if you don't like this show, tell us what we need to do
so that we'll make you like the show.
So thank you for everyone that's been supporting us, subscribing and sharing and hitting the notification bell. You guys are the best. So we out of here, man. We gotta go. It's your boy. I'm already. I don't know if they still say that. It's your boy. Yeah, but it is Jareem right here, aka the Zim Dream Kid. Everything, the social media, I'm sure they're scrolling for both of us. Yeah.
You can't give your
sign out. We out. Peace. I'm joking.
And this is your girl Graceful from Third Base Online, and we love you. We out.